Okay. Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Encounters. Now, the last time I left off, I was talking about the big chop before university. And I know I said I would not be doing chronological videos, so you were to expect the encounters to be kind of all over the place. But I think I also mentioned that I wanted to talk about the first time I left home, which was university. So I'm just gonna continue along that trend. So the next video may not be university life. We'll see. We'll see. So that first year when I went to university, I'm trying to channel how I felt. So like I said, it was some of the best years of my life, but I'm starting off with year one. Year one, which was life as a freshman, or as they call us, freshers, or freshette, or whatever everything is for a newbie, or a first year university student. So I remember the first time I left home for university and I actually went to live on university, not to visit for orientation, to live. I remember thinking, wow, this campus is so huge, it's so big, and I'm really going to be living here by myself for the most part. No mommy and no daddy to run to or to ask any questions. I mean, they'd be a phone call away, but they're not in the same house. And I remember thinking that, wow, this is freedom and a lot of responsibility. And I knew that my responsibility, I just told myself one thing, and my one thing that I told myself is, I don't plan on failing any subject. And that seemed like a very low goal to set for yourself, but that was the goal I set for myself. I'm not failing any subject. I should have probably had a goal where I was aiming higher. Like maybe I should have aimed for A's and A pluses. Then maybe I'd have taken my university career a little bit more seriously. But yeah, I said that's the goal. Hindsight is 2020. Don't judge me. That was goal I set for myself. I was not failing any subject, and I lived up to that. But yeah, back to the first year. So because that was the goal I set for myself, I also intended to explore some of the freedom. Like one of the things that I didn't plan to, but it just happened, is that I was introduced to the party scene. Now, you can imagine my entire life, I grew up in the church. I'm a Christian girl. Why am I even telling this story? But anyway, it was a part of my experience. It was a part of my encounters. So I'm telling it. So, I'd never been to a party or a fete before. I mean, just to like a birthday party. Like a kid's birthday party here and there. But not to like a fete where you have strangers dancing or anything. So I remember the first time I went to university, I was invited to a party, a fete, and that first fete I remember distinctly because I just remember I was there enjoying the music until afterwards when I was seeing like the entire party scene. And if you know a Jamaican party scene, it is dancing. At the time, daggering was just coming in. If you know what that is in terms of Jamaican dancehall scene. So it was like, it was getting on the crazy side, and it was getting a little bit too crazy for me. So even though I was there and I was like, wow, this is interesting, after a while I was like, this is not my thing. This is not my crowd. I'm leaving and going back to my dorm. This is not my thing. And you would think that would have been the end of it, but no. Because your girl ended up going to parties every Thursday, and even going on party bus Saturday daytime to go to a club where TOK was performing, TOK, Mr. TOK, and yeah, they were offering free rum punch on the bus ride. So I guess that was part of the appeal to go. Yeah, I'm just objectively telling what my experience was. Like, I never did anything crazy. Not to say that anything anybody did was crazy. I'm just telling you what happened in terms of my encounter, in terms of my first year as a university student. So I did go to parties. I didn't do anything crazy. I keep using that word crazy. I didn't do anything apart from go to parties and dance. Um, yeah, I didn't do any smoking or anything like that. Not to say, to each his own. I'm just telling you what I did and what I didn't do. Look, nobody in the comments don't be dropping nothing. I'm not coming for you. Not because you smoke or you're dagger. I'm not coming for you. Right? I'm just saying what I did and what I didn't do and what the first year experience was like. Gosh, I feel like anyway me talk it gonna seem like me I talk about something else. But anyways. So the first year I remember thinking the campus was huge. I'll tell you what I did regret about my first year university experience. I know being a university student that a lot of students were going to school and working at the same time. And I remember thinking, oh gosh, poor thing them, they really have to come to school and work at the same time. And now looking back, I'm like, they were the smart ones. Because all the times that we were, I guess, socializing or pranking or in extracurricular activities, I mean, all of those things are good. Like socializing with making friends and being a part of different clubs and activities, that's very good. But I wish I had taken some of that time and done a little work here or there on the campus, because the campus was huge. There must have been opportunity for even some amount of paid work. I wish I had done more of that. But you're not thinking about that in your first year. All you're thinking about is my case. I don't want to fail, and I also want to explore some freedom. So I remember things that would excite me about university would be like being in charge of my own time. So for example, if I had a class and I didn't want to go, I didn't have to go. Technically, nobody was going to come and take me out of my bed or out of my dorm if I wanted to stay in or sleep in one day. But we all know that these things come with consequences, right? Because, if you were idling out the entire semester and exam time was coming up, or like a midterm, and you didn't have the right notes, or you weren't prepared with the lecture notes, you have to find it. So whether you have to go to a classmate or play catch up really quickly so that you can get a passing grade. So we all know these things come with consequences. So don't try this at home. Please stay on top of your studies, and this is a public announcement. But basically, my first year was a bit of testing the boundaries in that sense, in terms of my time and the freedom I had with time now. So like I said, I went to parties. Nothing. I didn't overdo anything. One of the things I enjoyed doing was cooking. Like we would, and playing Ludi. Like my friends, the friends I made on dorm. Those are the things we did. Like we watch shows. Mostly, I feel like we played games and we just talk and we just do a lot of pranking too, and just a lot of talking and cooking and socializing. And that was just for me so interesting, because I feel like all of us were from different parts of the country. Like we were from different parishes, we went to different high schools, so we all had different experiences, and it was just so interesting to just like sit down and have a conversation, get to know somebody new. And I remember that being one of the highlights of my experience on dorm. And also when we would then go for different activities, so whether it was a competition, competition is a very big thing of university life. Halls and dorms competing against each other in different areas, and whether it's a tryout for the football team or the choir or a dancing competition. It was just so much activity. There was just so much to do, and it all made for a very rich university experience. But one experience I have to tell is the whole you cannot talk about being a first year without talking about grubbing, or hazing, as some people call it. I think some universities now have outlawed hazing. Um, I don't want to say luckily I had a good experience, but luckily, or experience, my year, it wasn't nothing drastic that you'd hear in the news. So basically, I feel like we had a very sophisticated grubbing experience. I feel like the seniors who grubbed us, they were very well prepared. They gave thought to what they were going to put us through, because they had all these intricate obstacle courses. I mean, we had to crawl on the fence through mud, and there was somebody to spray us and wet us up, and then we had to be running in the dark. And then it was like we were going through some obstacle course until eventually we each went into like a room that was supposed to be a dark room where we got our names. And the names also seemed to have been pre-thought of and pre-picked. And basically, you come in, you get this name, you get that name, you get that name. And so many of the names, I don't think they stuck. Like my name, I think the name I got was Ink. And it was it was because it was some strange reasoning. Like basically all the names would have some form of what's the word I should use now? Some smutty connotation behind it. But my name didn't stick. Some people's name stuck, some people's name didn't stick, because it was like a lot of us, and it was just like, okay, you come in, you get a name, you come in, you get a name. So some people's name may not match. Some people's name match, and whoever name match them personality or how they look, those names stuck. So I remember that was a very interesting experience, because I didn't feel scared, I didn't feel afraid, I didn't feel like, oh, these people are here to hurt me or harm me. It just felt like fun. I just felt like good, clean fun. It was just a night to remember. And that was my grubbing experience. Yeah, so, I'll have to save the rest of the first year of university for another video. But basically, my first year encountering university was about balance. It was about exploring the freedoms I had, and also still being responsible for the things I was there to do, which was to study and pass. That was a goal I set for myself. Can't fail. Yeah, so thank you for listening to my story. Thanks for listening to another encounter, another story that's special to me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.